So you saved all your money, you've made that choice to enter the RV lifestyle, and then you pick that perfect RV. Hopefully you had it inspected along the way, but now you're ready to hit the road and go start making memories with your family, just like I did, and how we continue to push forward using faith family fun as our guiding light in every single trip that we go upon. Along the way, I'm sure you've learned about multiple RV insurance options and warranties, maintenance requirements, and checklists. But I'm here today to talk to you about one thing, your actual first line of defense, and that is your RV's roof. Let's get up there and check it out. If you're new to this world, or even if you really haven't done a whole lot of research into what goes on up there in your RV's roof, you're going to hear all kinds of terms that are coming out there. You may have a rubber roof, whether that's TPO or EPDM or fancy little acronyms like that. You may have a fiberglass roof, a metal roof, or a vinyl roof. But regardless of whatever's up there, there are certain requirements for that roof to actually do what it is that you want it to do to provide you those layers of defense. When you're looking at that roof overall, it's got to have a good foundation throughout. And what I'm talking about there is if it's a rubber roof or any other kind of roof that's on there, you want to make sure that it's free of holes, cracks, and any type of intrusions that you don't want to be there. And I'm specific when I'm talking about what intrusions you want to be there, because you will have intrusions into your roof. Your air conditioner, your satellite antennas, your radio antennas, the plumbing vents. So our plumbing vents that are extruding from the top of the coach also have all their sealant applied. Sometimes you may actually see no sealant that's in the little screw holes that hold the vent caps on. These vent caps may also be missing or cracked or whatever, and that would also allow moisture to get inside the coach. That actually are going to keep the odors out of your coach and then enable your gray and black water tank to actually do what it is they need to do. All of those are intrusions into your actual roof. Every single one of those intrusions needs to have a seal. As you can see, it's pretty obvious on this Class A where the seam is, where the paint changes, and then the roof actually begins. And there's a nice big seal right there. So as I zoom in on this, you'll be able to see some of the imperfections that exist in the sealant. However, what we're looking for are cracks, pinholes, and basically anything that can let moisture come in at some point. And those seals aren't forever. So while your roof, when you buy it, may have a 10-year warranty or less, your seals are only as good as the upkeep and the maintenance that's done on that self-leveling sealant that's put upon them. To the curbside sidewall, you can still see the front cap, and then you can see the roof running into it. And these are great places for cracks and pinholes to appear. And definitely want to make sure you give this a close look down on your hands and knees, get the good close up to make sure that you're not missing any perspective there. One of the best actual sealants that's out there is Dycor's self-leveling lap sealant. It's a sealant that actually performs a great job at sealing any type of intrusion that goes into the coach. But it only lasts for a certain amount of time. And depending on the environment that you actually live in or keep your RV, that time may be really, really short, or it may be really, really long. All depends on what you expose it to. I'm actually in Arizona, and throughout the year, I actually go up on top of my RV and evaluate every one of those seals, and I've touched them up twice in less than a year that I've actually been here. The sun is brutal out here, and it will cause that sealant to actually shrink over time and start developing pinholes and gaps in the sealant. And when those begin to appear, that's giving moisture an opportunity to get inside your coach, breaking through that first line of defense, and all of a sudden, bad things are going to happen. So now that you know how important that routine maintenance is, ask yourself, when was the last time that you evaluated your roof and all the seals that are up on it? Take your time to get out there and get some self-leveling lap sealant and go throughout all of the seals throughout the top of your coach. Touch up those holes and gaps. Make sure that moisture is not in there. And if you feel a whole lot of softness or some crunchiness, go ahead and call somebody like me, an RV technician in your local area, and have them come out and evaluate that roof. Catch it before it gets too bad. A peel and seal is a whole lot cheaper than a complete roof-off restoration. At the end of the day, what you want to have is that first line of defense doing its job and defending you and your rig from all of the elements that are trying to work their way inside. Hope this was valuable for you. If it was, please subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you next week with another hot tip, or we'll be hitting the road to Lake George, New York with Bindi's Back Roads on our next adventure. Have a great week.